Derrick Groves, an inmate who escaped from a New Orleans jail, has been captured. He was found hundreds of miles away in Atlanta, Georgia. His time as a fugitive came to an end after a multi-day, multi-state search effort. Groves is back in custody. He appeared briefly in an Atlanta courtroom, where a judge ordered him to be held. The legal process to return him to Louisiana is now underway. His capture brought an end to a period of public concern. It began the moment he breached the New Orleans facility. The initial alert went out from the New Orleans Police Department. They confirmed an inmate was missing. Groves left the facility without authorization. That immediately triggered a regional search protocol and interagency alerts. Before the escape, Derrick Groves was in a New Orleans jail for serious reasons. He was facing a number of charges stemming from earlier in the year. The court documents outline accusations of armed robbery and aggravated assault. Prosecutors alleged a series of incidents where individuals were threatened with a weapon and had their property stolen. These felony charges carry the potential for significant prison time if convicted. The gravity of these allegations placed him in custody. The legal process was underway with pre-trial motions and hearings. His defense reviewed evidence, including witness statements and physical evidence collected from scenes. The court deemed custody necessary, likely due to flight risk and community safety concerns, and his escape added a new, separate charge and greater legal pressure. The escape from the New Orleans facility was a clear breach of security. On a Tuesday evening, officers found Derrick Groves was missing. An internal review was immediately launched. Specifics were withheld, but a widespread alert went out. NOPD and the sheriff pushed info across law enforcement channels and media. They stressed the seriousness of his original charges. The search expanded beyond New Orleans. The U.S. Marshals Service joined, making the search national. Investigators pieced together clues, interviewed associates, monitored financial activity, and analyzed phone records. They believed he had helped to stay hidden. A crucial tip came in from Atlanta. A man matching his description was spotted. Task force units began surveillance and scanned city cameras. Derrick Groves' first court appearance in Atlanta was a study in legal procedure. It was not a trial to determine guilt or innocence. Instead, it was an initial appearance, an arraignment, a short proceeding that lasted about 5 minutes. Groves was brought before a magistrate in a Fulton County courtroom wearing a standard-issue jail jumpsuit. The judge identified him and read the reason for his presence: a fugitive warrant based on charges from New Orleans. The prosecutor informed the court of the escape warrant and pending felonies, and requested that Groves be held without bail as a demonstrated flight risk. A public defender represented Groves, focused on procedural rights. The defense acknowledged his rights, then waived a formal extradition hearing, streamlining his return to Louisiana. The judge ordered him held without bond pending transfer. With the Atlanta court hearing concluded, the next phase is logistical. Groves is now waiting in Fulton County Jail for return to Louisiana. Extradition is governed by strict legal and security protocols. Orleans Parish coordinates with Georgia to arrange transfer. Deputies typically travel to take custody and transport him back. The transfer is expected within 1 to 2 weeks. On return, he will be arraigned and formally charged with escape, added to existing indictments for armed robbery and aggravated assault. Conditions of confinement will likely be maximum security. Expect tighter checks, restricted movement, and isolation. With proven flight risk, pre-trial release is effectively off the table. The case proceeds on 2 fronts: the original charges and the escape. All future motions and trial will be in a New Orleans courtroom.